What's up, math scholars? The best time to be a math scholar is all the time. Hey, so Friday we have an open note test. You can use all your notes. You can use your study guide, right? So who's going to be a scholar on Friday? Yeah. So I think your job between now and Friday is compile all your notes if they're in several locations. If you were absent for a day of notes, maybe go on Polaris and print them. You can do printing at the library if your house doesn't have a printer. But just be organized with the stuff you're going to be wanting to use on Friday. Okay? All right, number 1. Which equation below is equivalent? How are we going to figure this one out? This looks hard. Any ideas? I was thinking, you have an idea?
Solve for y?
I was thinking that, but none of these are solved for y. Any ideas, Brad?
It's D.
How'd you get that?
Wait. I don't know.
He cheated. For putting in standard form?
It kind of already is in standard form because x and y is solved. Ken, you have an idea?
Because he divided it by 5.
Right. Okay. So I think, hey, I'm down the video. I think the whole concept here is whatever you do to one term, you have to do to all the terms. So you would be allowed to divide every single term by 5. And I think that's actually what Brad did. He just didn't verbalize it's what he did. So you divide that by 5, you're left with just a y. You divide that by 5, you're left with negative 3x. And you divide that by 5, and you're left with negative 6. So yeah, that's not even a choice. So then I think what we can do is to multiply through everybody by negative 1. And then I think it will be C. I heard Brad yell at C. I think he's right. So if we multiply everybody by negative 1, it's negative y, positive 3x, and positive 6.
Wait, why did you multiply everything by negative?
Because when I got to where I was, it didn't match any of the choices. But it was pretty close to C. And if you multiply through by negative 1, it will match C. So to avoid having to do that, I could have divided everybody by negative 5 to start. I just didn't think of that. Okay, number 2. I want you guys, with your partners that you have chosen, to find the slope of every single one of these lines. How are you going to do that? Solve for y. So I'll be walking around. I want every single person solving all 3 of these for y. That's how you'll find your slope. All right, all my scholars are busy working, so I'll talk through what I would do. Your first step on this one should be a subtract 4x from both sides. I'm going to run out of room, so I'll write over here. Negative 6y equals negative 4x plus 12. Your second step should be divide everybody by negative 6. Now negative 4 over negative 6 becomes positive 2 over 3. So my slope of line A is 2/3. Let's do the same thing for line B, solve for y. Step 1 is subtract 6 over to the other side. Also running out of room, so I'll have 4y equals negative 6x plus 7. Divide everybody by 4. Negative 6 over 4 would be negative 3 over 2 as my slope. With 7/4 as the y-intercept. So that slope is negative 3 over 2. Looks like so far A and B would be perpendicular. Let's figure out line C. I would start it off by moving the 2x to the other side. That gives you 3y equals 2x minus 5. Divide everybody by 3. That actually means line C is the same slope as line A, so A and C are parallel. So we just chatted, we circled our slopes for A, B, and C, and we're going to come up with a statement of summarizing this all. I would say A and C are parallel to each other and perpendicular to line B. Does that make sense? A and C are parallel to each other and perpendicular to line B. Hey, hope you have your slope arms here today. Can you show me the slope arms of a horizontal line? Horizontal. Everybody's doing it. It'd be going straight across. I'll show you on the board what everybody's doing with their arms. It'd be going straight across. Now, if we want to pass through 4, 8, just pretend that's the coordinate 4, 8. We're playing pretend. Would the equation be x equals a number or y equals a number? Good. So is y going to be 4 or 8?
4.
Y is going to be an 8 because that's an x value and that's a y value. Oh boy, standard form. That's our hardest form. Standard form. They're going, I hate it. I don't hate it, it's just a pain. It's ax plus by is c, where a is a positive coefficient and there's no fraction. So I think we're going to have to do some fraction clearing because I spy a slope that's a fraction. Ken?
So you're gonna run it out.
Yeah, very good. So do that for me. And x minus a negative 3 will turn to a positive. So Ken got us to a great start. Look at this little scholar. He knows exactly what to do. We're going to go ahead and distribute. So it will be 5/3 x plus 15 over 3 is 5 because the 3's kind of cancel each other. He said to +7. Yeah, I would actually leave the 5/3 x alone. So yeah, I would move the 5 to join the 7. So at that point, it'd be a negative 12 over there. Now what do you want to do, Ken? I'm out of room, but we're going to want the y to join the x. So a minus y to get the y to join the x. I'm going to continue up here where I have some more space. It will be a negative 12 equaling a 5/3 x minus y.
Yeah,
We're so close, but we don't have the fractions there anymore.
oh yeah, times 3.
Fraction clearing. Yep, timesing by 3 will clear our fractions. Very good. I think you learned a lot yesterday, Ken.
Exactly.
Exactly. So we're going to have a negative 36. We're going to have a 5x. Those 3's cancel. We're going to have a negative 3y. That's your hardest type of problem. I'm convinced that's your hardest type of problem in Chapter 4. It was the hardest type on the quiz. It gave people the most troubles because there's so much going on. There's distributing, there's moving, there's clearing. Yikes. Oh my. Okay, looks like we're headed to number 5. We want a function that has the values f of negative 1 equals 4 and f of 5 equals negative 2. Now, that's kind of awkward for me. I like to turn those into coordinates. Yeah? All right, we need to be some scholars with the plan. Scholars with the plan. We're going to find our slope. Brad, you're a scholar with the plan. Good job, buddy. So y minus y, x minus x. Looks like that's going to be a double negative. So a 6 on top, a negative 6 on bottom. The slope's negative 1. You know me, I would definitely plop this into point slope form. So what's your favorite coordinate? There's no good choice.
5, -5.
Really? I thought that was my favorite, but we'll go with your favorite. So they're saying 5, negative 2 is their favorite. Y minus y equals slope. X minus x. Now technically, if you want to be a function, if you want something to act as a function, you need y by itself. So I feel like that was their way of saying, let's do it into slope-intercept form and solve for y. It won't be hard. We're going to distribute the negative 1, and we're going to move the 2 over, and we'll be done. So it'll be negative 1x plus 5 with the y plus 2. And then we'll just move our 2 over, and that'll be a function. So basically a function is an equation that makes it easy to put an x in and get a y out, and that's why you solve for y. You can input an x easily and get a y out. Question?
I'm confused how negative 1.
Okay, we made the plan that we're going to try to get as much done in the back as we can because we're on connection schedule. Use the graph shown that shows game rental costs. All right, all eyes up here. All eyes up here. we're looking at this. This is representing game rental costs. So like, for example, if you rent 15 games, it is $50. Make sense? Yep. All eyes up here. All right, question number 6. How much was the initial membership in the game rental club? That's like a y-intercept, basically. $20. Very good. Number 7. What is the cost per game? That's basically going to be your slope. So we are going to have to calculate our slope from our given coordinates. Y minus y, x minus x. Y minus y over x minus x. So I got, I think, 20 on top, 10 on bottom. So if those of you who are saying $2, I think you're right. It's $2 per game. All right, write an equation in slope-intercept form that's relating the total cost to the number of games. Well, we have our slope and our intercept, don't we?
Yes,
So that should be an easy one to use slope-intercept form. Y equals, somebody's saying it back there. Good job. No, yeah, 2x. Good job. Ray got it. 2x plus 20, because the slope is 2. All eyes up here.
Yeah, Anthony.
I think you just get distracted when you're in groups. It's okay. You just got to keep focusing. And find the cost of renting 47 games. How can we utilize Ray's equation to figure out how much 47 games would cost to rent? Ray?
Plug in 47 grand.
Yeah, so Ray, on his homework last night, was plugging that 47 in perfectly, but he would not actually head to his calculator. So at this point, we're heading to our calculator.
94.
2 times 47 plus 20.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, it's 114.
114. I'm trusting them, so check their math. Okay. 94 plus 20. Okay. All right, looks like we're graphing. I heard somebody yell, ew. I don't know if they don't like graphing or if they were telling a story. Okay, so this is point slope form. Let's identify the point and the slope, and I think graphing should be a piece of cake. What's the point and what's the slope?
Slope is negative 3 over 2.
I agree. So rise 3, run 2. Show me negative slope arms real quick. Down the hill, left, right. So down the hill, left, right, like that. Okay. And then what's the point? What's the point they put into point slope form? Caspian. Very close. It's actually opposite. -1, 4. Because remember how they do y minus y? So their y value must have been a positive 4. And then they do x minus x. They must have had a double negative right here. Okay, we're back. We identified that the slope was -3 over 2, and the point was -1, 4. So let's go to that point, -1, 4. Oh gosh, it's almost off the picture.
It's okay.
And then to do my slope of -3 over 2, I don't really think I can go up and left, so I kind of have to go down and right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then we're off the picture rather quickly.
Good job. I'm so proud of you.
That line is very straight.
I was feeling my child. Yeah, that is a big one.
Number 11.
Ooh.
Ken has an idea.
4x is the slope, and then 1, or y is 1, and then -2 is x.
Well, this is a different form. In number 10, we are in point slope form, so we identified a point and a slope. Now we're in slope intercept form. So my slope is 4, but what's my y-intercept?
2.
-2. So that's actually where you want to start, down there at that y-intercept position. Slope-intercept form. It's probably, I think slope-intercept is the most famous form for an equation of a line,
Okay.
even though I like point slope. Yeah?
And then so we go like 4 over 1.
Up 4 over 1. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I'm going to be off my graph. So I really only can fit one other point on here. These are very small graphs.
Well, yeah.
All right, number 12. We are in standard form. Hey, we're up here. We are currently in standard form on number 12, and we've been graphing standard form since chapter 3. What does Mrs. Harp always say to do to graph things in standard form? Cover and solve. Very good. There's a scholar.
I think I got a ticket. Reserves a ticket.
So we're going to put a 0 in for x, cover up that part, solve what's left. So you're going to divide both sides by 3. What is negative 8 divided by 3?
Negative 2.6 repeating.
Thank you. And then put a 0 in for y, cover up that, and solve. What is negative 8 divided by negative 2? 4. And then you have your two intercepts. 4, 0 would actually be probably about here. I hate that these graphs are small. And then 0, negative 2.6 would probably be here. And then we connect. What? Smartboard's really shaking. All right, we're going to finish these two at the bottom and call it a day. All eyes up here. Jose has 90 on 13.
You go up on the y-axis, or down negative 1.
Okay.
And then you draw a horizontal line.
Very good.
Boom.
Look at you. Let's go right there.
Yeah, Jose.
That's
Okay.
I know
Take
it.
this one,
Not
Jose.
here.
And finally, number 14. How do I do it? Brad.
Oh yeah, bro.
On the X, shoot the 3.
Go to 3 on the x-axis.
And then put the line going down. Is it It's called vertical.
Hey, there is no homework tonight, but listen, I'm nervous at how many will lose the paper. So if there is even a 1% chance of you losing this paper, put it right
There's
here.
a 0%.
Thanks for watching our video, and look for part 2 to be posted tomorrow.